Hello, and welcome to the Center for Exceptional Families, and I'm so happy to have you here for a virtual tour today. The Center for Exceptional Families serves over 3,000 unique patients every year in the clinic and in our rehab services, and we see over 29,000 visits a year. And all of that is possible because of amazing donors who help us every year. As we move into the suite, this is our amazing waiting room, and it is designed specifically to be sensory friendly for our families and our children. It is designed, of course, to meet children's needs visually, and it's a place where whole families can gather and have peace. We're entering into the medical suite. We have several exam rooms where we treat children, and we do about 4,000 visits a year with children with all different types of special needs. We have the privilege of designing the center from the very beginning. And when we did that, we designed our exam rooms with whole families in mind. You're gonna see that they're big, and they're places where kids can play, because quite honestly, sometimes they're here for a very long time because their needs are incredibly complex. We also have some smaller exam rooms, and we use these sometimes when we need a lot of spaces available to us for some of our more special clinics that we do, like our multidisciplinary clinic that is also donor sponsored. As we move past the medical clinic portion of the center, we move into some of our therapy space. We have our universal exercise unit. This is a really cool piece of equipment where children can be attached to weights and pulleys and bungee cords and work on strengthening, and they work on balance, and they work on coordination so that ultimately can learn to walk. This is our biggest physical therapy room, and here children work on what we call gross motor skills. Those are the skills you need to learn to move. So for example, children learn to crawl here. They learn to walk here. They learn to run here. They learn how to play. They learn how to kick a ball. They learn how to ride a bicycle. These are all the things that children need to be able to do to really embrace their lives. In this area of our center, we work on what we call activities of daily living. This is our therapy kitchen, and we love this space. Here we do a lot of feeding therapy, and that can be children learning to eat and swallow, or it can be children who are actually learning themselves how to self-feed themselves. We also, sometimes for our older children, learn to cook here and learn how to follow a recipe. This building is divided sort of into 3 wings. This wing is the Early Childhood Education Center that is associated with the University of Michigan Dearborn. In this space, we have an opportunity to teach future early childhood educators how to work with children with special needs and typically developing children. And we have the opportunity to work with the staff to welcome children with special needs into an inclusive preschool experience. Our final destination on our tour is our beautiful new Autism Center. We just opened this a couple years ago, actually, and we were really excited to do it. We've been dreaming about it for over 2 decades. In this space, it was specifically designed to allow parents just an opportunity to rest and relax while their children were receiving therapies. As we move out of the lobby, we move into some additional therapy space that we created for our children who are part of the Autism Center. You're standing in our gross motor gym on this side of the building, and this space is a little different because we're really not teaching children necessarily to walk here, but we're using gross motor play to help integrate their nervous system and to help them self-soothe and calm. And we do that also in this aspect of the gym, which we call our sensory gym. In this area, we provide other sensory soothing interventions like our tire swing or other swings that we have. Sometimes we blow bubbles or we bring out our bubble tube, or sometimes children just need a place to lay on a mat and rest for a few seconds before they enter back into therapy. For children with autism spectrum disorders, the number one therapeutic intervention that they require is something called applied behavioral analysis. Applied behavioral analysis is an intervention that helps children be pulled out of their autism so that they can experience more of the world. And it's done sort of in stages. In this room, children undergo what we call discrete trial training. It's one-on-one training with a behavior therapist that works on each child's very specific goals. We call this space our classroom 2. As children progress in their skills, socially and with regards to communication, talking, greetings, then they need to start experiencing life with other children. In this space, we start to pair 2 or 3 children together to work on social skills like turn taking, like playing games, like sharing toys. Between our classroom 2 and classroom 3 is a very special space, our adaptive bathroom. It's really important to parents and really important to children that they learn to brush their teeth, that they learn to use the bathroom, that they become fully potty trained, and especially in this climate, that they learn to wash their hands thoroughly. In our older children, we're trying to train them to enter into school. And so our classroom 3 is set up just like a classroom would be, so that they get the opportunity to practice classroom skills. They learn to raise their hands. They learn how to do circle time. They learn how to do the days of the week and learn their colors and their shapes and their letters, so that over time we can prepare them for hopefully entering a classroom with other typically developing children. Children with autism have a lot of communication barriers, and they have a lot of barriers sometimes with learning to write or to do puzzles or to do other things with their hands. This is one example of a therapy space where children work on communication skills. For some children, that's actually learning how to talk. For other children, that's learning how to point or to use an augmentative communication device to speak for them. One of the most unique aspects of the center is our activities of daily living simulated apartment. In this space, we teach some of our older students or patients actually how to live life in an apartment. You'll see that we have a fully functioning kitchen. We have a bedroom where people can learn to make their bed and transfer into and out of their beds. We have a fully working laundry unit where we work with children on how to do a load of laundry, fold their laundry, put away their laundry. And we have an adaptive bathroom so they can learn all of the skills they need to for learning to self-bathe and to take care of their daily hygiene. And finally, I get to share with you probably my favorite aspect of the Center for Exceptional Families, and that's our beautiful playgrounds. Our playgrounds expand our therapeutic footprint of this building by about 50-fold. Kids get an opportunity to run and play in a natural environment. They get to play on grass and play on swings and practice going down a slide, because those are all the skills they need to be successful social kiddos with other children their age.